We've got ourselves a little bit of a challenge. This says evaluate the following trigonometric expression in exact values. Now, the cool thing is you can actually take this whole thing, throw it in your calculator, and get the answer. What's the fun in that? No, honestly, come on. You should recognize that if this is going to be exact values again, guess what they're going to be hassling you about? Yes, special triangles. So first things first, let's look at each one of these individually and see how to do it. It gives you more, honestly, it gives just more in-depthness into this question if you do this with special triangles. Okay, so let's talk about this first one. Let's talk about the sine of 120 degrees. 120 degrees, is about somewhere out there in quadrant 2. There's 120 degrees, which well, if that's 180 degrees, this is going to be 60. So you're dealing with, guess what? Yep, the 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay, so here we go. Let's draw that 30, 60, 90 triangle out right now. 60 on the bottom, 30 on the top. There's the root, 1, 2, root 3. We're going to deal with 60 degrees, and we want the sine of that. Remember, sine is so. Okay, so opposite over hypotenuse. So you know that this guy then is opposite, which is root 3 over 2, right? And there's the hypotenuse. Boom, boom, boom. Simple, right? So far, so good. Okay, let's do the same thing now, but for tangent of 240. Now, tangent, we know, is TOA. Okay, so TOA, 240 degrees, is all the way over to here. There's 240. My question, if that's 240 and that's 180, aha, okay, that's got to be 60 degrees again. Oh, so look, we're dealing with this 30, 60, 90 triangle again. Yay! So let's find the tangent of 60 degrees. Tangent of 60 degrees is opposite right here over adjacent. So this is going to be, oh, look at that. It's plus root 3 over 1 or just plain old root 3. Great. Let's find the cosine of 330. Okay, so way the heck over here. Cosine of 330's got to be all the way around almost to 360. As a matter of fact, it's 30 degrees out. So guess what? Okay. If that's 30 degrees out, I know that this is going to be my reference angle of 30 degrees. So I'm going to go to 30 degrees, and I'm going to remember that cosine is cosine, okay, is adjacent over hypotenuse. So there's my adjacent, there's my hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse is root 3 over 2. Now, again, I can throw this all into my calculator using the fraction button, but you know what? It's more fun if you actually do the algebra that goes with this. It's kind of neat. Check this out. Let's look at the top part. That's this part, the numerator. Okay, you know that this is over 1. Let's give it a common denominator by multiplying this by 2 and multiplying this by 2. So we got root 3 over 2 plus 2 root 3 over 2, which gives us 3 root 3 over 2. And don't forget, it was over this nice little lone denominator. Let's divide this by root 3 over 2. Now, check this out. This is the fun part, man. You know that this is division. Okay, so 3 root 3 over 2. We're going to divide this by root 3 over 2. You know from grade 7 that you have to flip it and multiply. So there's 3 root 3 over 2 times 2 over root 3. And look what cancels. This is the best part. 2 cancels with 2. Root 3 cancels with 3. Answer is 3. Yep, your answer would have been just plain old 3. Now, be careful in this. One of the things that I have not done yet is I have not introduced the cast rule to you. The cast rule becomes very, very, very important. That's coming up in the next podcast. I purposely chose values that would be positive, okay? So be careful. Watch out for this. Cast rule rules over everything in trigonometry. That's coming up next.